Good old stereo. When somebody doesn't answer, they send you around the world.
Oh my
Jay,
goodness. What the hell, B?
No,
Jay, Jane.
no, I'm just not able to hear myself on the audio. I mean, on my ears.
Well, you're gonna have to do it the regular way right now, my brother, because we're going
You
old
can hear
school
me good?
today. We can hear you.
All right.
I'm gonna have to do the introduction again. Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Tri-State Mania. I'm your man, the man that's always here, Lawan, aka IML's in the building. I'm here with my two brothers from the Three Bell Podcast. Please introduce yourself.
Yeah, it's your boy. Main event Triple J now live on the Tri-State Mania podcast. Let's get it.
All
Okay,
right.
Robot J.
Yeah. What? Okay. It's my turn. Yeah. 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 Drop it.
Drop it.
What's good, Tri-State Mania? It's your boy Mundo, aka Mr. AKA himself, aka the what? And I'm here with my guys, Triple J. What is going on in my ears?
It's Triple J.
Oh my God in heaven, bro! You do know there's a mute button, right? Lord have
Had to hit him
mercy,
with
no.
that real quick.
Right? Come on, man.
Dang, Triple
We're not
J
even on the Three
early?
Belt podcast, and you getting womps. We getting the whoa, dude.
Mm.
All right, Lawan is on you.
So everybody, thank you for coming in and listening. Shout out to the listeners. Nessa, thank you for coming in. Appreciate it. And there goes Triple J
Oh
again.
my gosh, brother. Will we get kicked off this thing again?
I hope not.
Because that was crazy. Because I got sent around and different people. Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
I don't know what's happening either, man. But this is blowing minds, and I see why we're on YouTube now for the most part.
But that same thing be happening on YouTube.
This is terrible. This is terrible.
Are you
So
are you trying to? Why don't you just try to let him request to be in and just keep it
copy.
pushing?
We'll try to do that. I don't know what's going on with Triple J, but so right here today, bro, we talking about Knicks trades, rumors, news, and stuff like that. Before I get into the juicy stuff, I want to get on a little bit about D Rose and his career, playing with the New York Knicks, playing with the Chicago Bulls, the Memphis Grizzlies. He played for plenty of
Cleveland,
other teams,
right?
Cleveland. Yeah, played for plenty of other teams, man. Um, how tell me how you feel about D Rose. You know,
The
why
career
you
that
like
never
D Rose?
was. The
Career
career that never
yeah.
was, man. Hey Jay.
Ah, see? I don't like this at all.
What happened now?
Yo, he be doing all this extraness on the air. What happened, Jay?
No, it's like before, before you even click me to come on, I could hear everything on my headphones, and then as soon as you put me on, now I hear this shit out my headphones. I don't even hear it at all.
We can hear you.
You said I'm choppy.
You're not choppy right now. You good
That
for
was the
where you at
last
right
time.
now.
That was the last time you blinked out. You good now.
What? You can hear my sound effects on here?
You have sound
It's not.
effects.
No, we can't hear your sound effects.
You
Nope.
see?
It's all right, Jay.
You're not plugged into the mixer, Jay. I'm just letting you know that now. I can tell that's your sound is coming from your phone.
Mm.
Right here.
Say-
Were we supposed to do a sound check before we went on? Oh,
It's always Jay. It's always Jay.
And then he
Oh
going,
my.
then he go, oh my gosh. Oh, I can't wait to tell Shane. Because Jay knows that Shane wants to do a test tonight. And this is just, anyway, yeah, so D Rose, the career that never really was, man. It's sad. He's another, and then every time I start talking, this happens. And he
Oh
pops in and
God.
stops me. I wait.
Jay, I would suggest you just take everything off the thing and have it regular.
And now he's a listener.
Jay, when you get a chance, just try to refresh yourself up, my brother, because I don't know what's going on. It's gonna be a lot of editing out. Damn, you gotta maybe edit this shit down, Jay.
I'm scared if I try to start again, it's gonna be gonna pop. Like, should I start?
Go ahead and start. I'm not gonna send him no invite until you finish.
All right. So I was saying the career that never was really. I mean, it started off looking really bright. I mean, another Brandon Roy, another Grant Hill,
Oh
another
God.
promising. What happened?
I'm just saying, like, I'm listening to what you're saying. I'm like, oh God, like Brandon
Yeah,
Roy, Grant Hill, Tracy
another career.
McGrady.
Yeah, another career that never happened. You saw the potential, what could have been, but we never got it because of his body. And I mean, if anything, he was um the East Coast's uh formidable opponent against LeBron James at one point,
Mm-hmm.
but we never got it. Once that first time when he was going up to put that layup in, and he that knee, I was just like, oh my god, like he was in so much pain, man. I was like, oh ACL, oh forget about it. But he was very explosive. I mean, between him and Westbrook, my god, the speed and the control, but he had real control at the rim. Like he was doing some wild shit at the rim, man. I mean, you know how we give so much props to Kyrie and
Right.
his handling skills, especially like up under the rim and right there in that area. Oh my god! And the
Kyrie got
hops,
handled for days.
yeah, and the hops that D Rose used to have too. Amazing. Like he was a small dude. Like he was wild, man. And I'm so mad that his body betrayed him in that way. And he was just a shell of himself after both knees, right? Both knees.
So
Yeah.
his injuries that I have right in front of me, Royce tore his ACL in his left knee, required surgery, and was sustainable on sideline for the entire 2012 and 13 season. Rose will return next year for the 13 and 14 season, but in November 2013, he will injure his right meniscus, causing
Mm-hmm.
him to miss the remainder of the season. He returned once again on the following season, but knee injuries continue to impact his availability and production.
Yeah. It basically that stole his athleticism. It was over after that. I mean,
Right,
it took away what made him even special, even more special. With I don't know. Do we blame Tom Thibodeau for that? Because we know, as you know, because you're a Knicks fan,
right.
how he's just like Mike D'Antoni, who they wear these guys down just for regular season games. You know, do we blame Tom Thibodeau for that
I blame Tom Thibodeau for that as well. You know,
overuse?
he's been doing that for a while, for a minute, man. Just overusing his players.
Years.
Look at D Rose, the injury with D Rose, the injuries with Joakim Noah, being the fact that
Mm-hmm.
he was their best center over there in Chicago, and he had to take up the most minutes because he was I want to say they best defender.
Yeah.
And then you can look at the next season this year with OG getting
Everybody,
hurt,
everybody,
everybody,
the whole
Robinson,
fucking team.
Randle, the whole fucking squad,
And
man.
it's like
So
most of it was calf, ankle, thigh, what is it, groin, um,
back,
what Yeah, like stuff that you would, basically
You
when you're being overused, you're not getting enough rest. Those little aches turn into major pains.
mm-hmm. And a major pain sucks, man.
A
Especially
hamstring, yeah, like
and them shits could come back easily, man. Like
you
you're
saw
away for
James
like
Harden. James Harden has never been the same after that hamstring injury while he was in that series with Brooklyn against the Bucks. He has not looked the same since then.
never got the proper rest. You know, these NBA players don't try to get the proper rest. I feel the same way like going on with Kawhi Leonard, man. I feel like he should just retire as well. There's too many injuries himself. Let me
He
try to get. Go ahead, bro. Before I invite Triple J.
I'm trying to just figure out like with him, they knew something was wrong with him in San Antonio. But when he got to Toronto, it seemed like everything was fine all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
They won the
I agree.
championship. But then once he gets to LA, it's just been incomplete seasons, if I'm not mistaken.
Incomplete seasons. All since he's been there.
And
Since he's
then
been
then
there.
you wonder why PG is now in Philly.
He's not reliable. Not a reliable player.
And people always
Before
people always come at Stephen A for calling him out, but it's like he's not lying. He's not lying.
so to talk about Derrick Rose, Jay, you good?
I hope so.
Turn on your Wi-Fi at least, bro.
Everything is on my end.
We can hear you.
Yeah, but I just can't hear y'all in my ear.
But why don't you just listen? Why don't you just take your headphones off and just listen to your phone like you usually used to do on this app? You're not
Okay.
being seen. We can't see you.
Yeah, different this time. We don't need the headphones this time.
Mm-mm.
Gotta get some Bluetooth. Get the
But
Bluetooth headphones, bro.
you could do this all on mute though. We don't need to hear all the clunk.
So yo, before we get Triple J's answer and how he feel about D Rose, I'm gonna read some of his career highlights and awards. He was most valuable MV. He was the most valuable player in 2011, making him the youngest NBA player to win that award. He's a three-time NBA All-Star, All NBA First Team, NBA Rookie of the Year, NBA All Rookie First Team, third All American, first team Parade All American, third team Parade All American, 14 Parade All American, 14 Parade All American, McDonald's All American, and Illinois Mr. Basketball. He would
Yeah,
go ahead,
go
bro.
ahead. No.
I'm
Finish your
finished. I'm
finish.
finished. I'm finished.
I was about to say, like the most tragic thing out of all of that, only a 3-time All-Star. Like that's crazy. Like the talent that he should have been an All-Star more times, but obviously, like we already talked about, those injuries, man.
Some
Boy, oh
injuries
boy.
killed him, and it devalued him, man, as a player. And I don't even
Yeah.
want to say devalued because he was still able to kill, but he didn't have that explosiveness like
Yeah,
he
it
had
wasn't the
when
same.
in Chicago. It wasn't the same, man.
Mm-mm.
Triple J, are you ready?
Are you ready?
Yes, sir. I'm ready. I am here.
About
I'm
goddamn
here.
time.
What's good? What's going on? Talk to me. What's the question?
All right, so we already got Mundo's, my tag team partner, opinion on D Rose. I want you to get, I want to hear from you on how you felt about D Rose, his career, how he has impacted you, watching him over the years, on the NBA TV, some of the games he played, some of the career highlights. Explain to me how you feel about D Rose.
Well, with D Rose, I'll be honest about it. Like when he first came onto the scene, we already knew Chi-Town born, and he was that guy, and he came across one season winning MVP, and I felt that Reggie Miller was the jinx in making causing his injury. That happened because the game was on, and Reggie was just like, this kid's really doing too much, doing a lot, scoring, busting everybody ass, and next thing you know, boom, ACL tear. Moments after he said that, and he was one. If you didn't, if he didn't get hurt, could have been one of the all-time greats. To be honest, that time he had 50 on Minnesota. That was wild because he did it against a team he got traded from, which was Utah. And he was a two-time Knick. Also, did play in Memphis a couple of seasons. Also, he had a great Adidas contract. He had up to the D Rose 13s possibly. So he definitely was out there selling sneakers. The influence and the type of person that he was, that I would say he inspired people as far as with injuries, that you could come back and just, you know, doesn't matter what type of injury it is, you could still come back and perform at the same level that you always have been. But they never really gave him the chance to go full throttle. And he adapted to being a role player after everything, and he was still busting ass. So, he was one of those guys, he left it out on the court, and I give him, much kudos on the retirement, and hope to see him on some doing some TV play-by-plays down the line.
I remember at one point in time when I was in high school band and everybody was saying, "Yo, Derrick Rose is my favorite player, man." I don't know. I don't know. Most of y'all probably older than me. Triple J's probably the youngest in here, but I don't know if y'all remember that back in the days, man,
You
growing
said
up.
wait.
I'm the
You said
oldest.
Triple J's the youngest.
I'm the
He's the
oldest.
oldest.
Oh, he's the oldest? Oh, I thought Shane was the oldest.
No,
Shane,
but he's not in here. You said in here. That's Triple J. I'm the youngest in
Right.
here.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah, Jay got about 7 years on us.
yeah,
Oh, so yeah, so Triple J wasn't in
I'll
high
be,
school.
yeah.
He was he just finished when we was in there.
probably more than
You
them.
old fuck.
Yes, I do a
I'm
show
old
with
too,
two.
bro.
It's the youngster, and two old men, also known as the Three Bells Podcast. Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah, yeah, but y'all don't remember them days, man. Just people in the park talking, gossiping about basketball and mentioning Derrick Rose.
Yeah, man. I told you he was something that we've never seen before. Like how fast he was, and his like I said, his ability to finish at the rim was crazy. He was like a blur. But yeah, it's just so crazy that his career went the way it did, and his body betrayed him the way it did. Um, because he had Chicago on the map. They were relevant again. They
Yes, they
hadn't been
was.
relevant. Yeah, they hadn't been relevant since Jordan.
They had Luol Deng, Derrick
Mm-hmm.
Rose, Kurt
Mm-hmm.
Heinrich, Joakim Noah. Um, who else they had on their team, man?
This dude from Brooklyn. My brother went to school with him.
They had Taj Gibson.
Yeah, him. Yeah, my
Taj
brother went to school with
Gibson.
him. Yeah,
Yeah.
he went to Brooklyn Tech, not Brooklyn Tech. Yeah, I done forgot what high school my brother went to. Shit, that shit over in Bay Ridge, over there in Bay Ridge. I forgot the name
That
of the
was a
high school.
great, it's a good Chicago team too back in the day, man. Very,
Hmm.
very healthy. Play very good defense.
They were
A
hard
lot of
nosed.
point.
Like it was
Mm-hmm.
basically them versus whatever team LeBron was on. Basically, it was just like that was it. That was the East.
That was
But
the
yeah,
East.
Tibbs ran that team to the ground though.
That's
They
what.
all
Well,
got
that's what I
they
said,
all got
Jay.
hurt. They all got hurt one by one.
That's what I said. I was like, Tom Thibodeau is just like Mike D'Antoni, where they overdo it and they cause these injuries. It's like I said, it goes from little aches to major, like to actual injuries, and it was all the same stuff. It's yeah, the foot or whatever like that, the knee, the calf, hamstring. The one said the back. When you're doing too much, not getting any rest, you're playing for them the whole game every night. Why? Why every night?
Right. If we're blowing them out, sit my team out and let the bench players come on. Let them get some playing time. Don't understand that with him. Hopefully he thinks about how he's going to coach the Knicks this year again and try to be a little bit more careful with our players and motherfuckers not getting injured. So off the D Rose topic, man, just want to say thank you, D Rose, for everything. Thank you for having a great career, playing in Chicago, the New York Knicks, Cleveland, Minnesota, Detroit, back in New York, and all to the Grizzlies where you retired at. Thank you again, Derrick Rose. Appreciate it. To
Thank
change the
you.
go to change the topic. Triple J, what sports you want to get into right now, man? I know you say you want to talk about some basketball or some baseball. Let us know what the scores is. Give us a little update on the MLB and the NFL.
Right, right. Like today in the baseball world, we had the Diamondbacks win, the Braves lose, the Mets win, and it's forcing you know a playoff tomorrow where not a playoff. Well, the season continues tomorrow, and it's shit's upsetting because if we would have had done our job, we would have been in without no problem, no hesitation. But unfortunately, we got to play the full 162. And the stipulation for tomorrow is if we split this doubleheader, us and the Braves both get in. If anybody
Us,
sweeps
us, us. We meaning the Mets.
the Mets, yes, if the Mets and the Braves split the doubleheader, they both get in the playoffs. If either team sweeps, then Arizona gets in tomorrow.
Mm.
I also I also see that over in the AL side, we already got the wild card set there, and it's not a bad one because we got what is it? We got the Orioles playing in the playoffs, and they're playing who they're playing in the first round. They'll play the Royals, and then we got the Tigers. They made it as well, which was a surprise team to make the playoffs this year, and they're playing the Astros. Your Yankees got a first round bye.
Yes, we have clinched, and I'm so proud of them, man. That gives us a chance to rest and try to get our players back in shape, man. We've been playing hard. We did lose some games that I was questionable about, but I'm glad that we was able to clinch. Go ahead, Triple J.
Nice, nice, bro. Because I definitely been, praying that our boys get it, my boys get in, our Mets. We still gotta pray for some more. But even on
Right,
the
and
NFL, go ahead, go
what
ahead.
what what team would y'all play if y'all was to make it?
We
I
have
know
no idea.
this is your
We have
wild card right now.
if if we win and split, we go to Milwaukee.
Ooh, and that's a good team right there too. I mean, I just beat them as I'm
Yeah,
looking
but
right now
we
on Google.
we just lost that series though.
Right.
Wow.
And
Yep.
then Atlanta shifts over to the
San
Padres if
Diego,
they
the
if
Padres.
they if they win the other half of the doubleheader.
Okay. Looking at the
'Cause
schedule right now, seeing Detroit and Houston, KC and the Orioles, Cleveland has clinched, Yankees has clinched, and the LS we got the NHL side,
NL.
The
NL side
NHL
we got
side.
oh yeah, go give me a womp womp womp. On the NL side, we got the Brewers, San Diego, Phillies clinch, LA clinched. Yo, LA's a scary ass team, man. Goodness gracious, that guy from Japan, goodness, that boy can play some
Man,
baseball.
yeah, Shohei nice.
He's a
Shohei nice.
beast.
I mean,
Oh,
he's alright.
He's all right.
I'm saying that only because of the fact that he's not playing. He's just hitting. Let us see
Oh,
him
he's a
have a
defensive hitter.
the
facts.
what?
Facts. He's a
No,
defensive
I
hitter.
thought
What the? He's a DH. Designated hitter.
DH, designated hitter.
Oh
I
there
man.
don't
you
watch
go.
Oh
baseball. I don't
man.
watch
We
baseball, guys. So
we see
give me
that.
by. I'm not a big baseball fan, but I thought defensive hitters don't are not on the NL side. I thought they were only on the American League side.
It's a
No, they both.
designated
Designated
hitter,
hitter.
and it was only in the AL at one before, and then they made it for both leagues.
Oh, when did this take in effect? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
It's
just like
been
just like
this is like a third year.
just like they have the free runner now in the 10th inning if a game is tied.
What? That's whack.
Yeah, no.
That's cheating.
He was trying to get this game over with. You start the inning off with somebody on second base.
You ever been to a long ass baseball game? What's the longest you ever went to a baseball game and the endings got
I, I
extended?
I don't even remember, but I used to go to Mets and Yankee games a lot as a kid and as a teenager with my uncle. He used to take us all the time because his insurance company that he used to work for, Mutual of
Oh,
America, they used to have seats at each
before I
stadium.
interrupt you, Mundo, um, I'm a Yankee fan, but Shea Stadium was fire, man. Going over there when I was young. Go ahead, continue.
Well, City
I
Field's
like
even better.
I like Shea Stadium, man. It's just the atmosphere over there, man. It's just
I,
different.
I'm telling you, City Field is even better now. It's even better. It's bigger and it's more to do inside it. It's really nice. Really, really
I like
nice.
City Field.
Very nice. I'm very disappointed in Yankee Stadium. It's very cramped. It's for some reason they have more seating than we do. How I don't know, but it is very, very cramped in that building. Was not impressed. I'm like, this is the newest version of this. I'm like, you kidding me? Then what the hell the first one looked like? The same thing, right?
Yeah, somewhat similar.
Yeah,
Wow.
Somewhat
they
similar.
didn't change. They never changed the dimensions inside the new Yankee Stadium. They made
Of,
sure
of,
they kept it like the old one.
It
of
looks the
course they
same.
can't.
It's
Of
just
course
more
they can't.
seats.
How? I mean,
But City Field went bigger than Shea, as far as the field wise,
City Field
because
looks so pretty
oh,
and
because
you
they
know
try to
beautiful.
what?
make it picture. They try to make it picture friendly.
Right, that's what it is. The field is smaller at Yankee Stadium, so they can get more seats in there.
Uh-huh.
It's
That's why
not
it's so
far
easy
to
to
hit a
hit
home
home
run.
runs.
Whereas City Field, they made the field so goddamn big. I mean, if you remember, Jay, when it first opened up, they had the Great Wall of Flushing, but
Yeah,
it was so hard to get a home run over that because it was so far, like what, fucking 400 feet. It's
they
like,
brung the shit.
okay,
They brung the shit in like 20 feet and still didn't do nothing.
yeah, I think they had to bring it in twice, and then they had to
Yeah,
bring in the other side too because it was like, yo, it's too far away, and it's not. It was not just for the Mets. It was for any team that played there. It was just like this is the best you'll do is get maybe a double or a triple. You ain't getting no home run in this bitch. Like this shit is too far. And then
you will have to be lefty to hit, either lefty or right. Oh no, not even. You have to be righty.
Jay, on top of that, as a Mets fan like I do, we're on the water, so it's mad wind over there too. It's windy as
Uh-huh.
fuck.
When they get cold,
Hell
they get
yeah.
cold. They
Yeah,
get cold.
what? Oh my god, it'd be freezing in
But
that goddamn stadium.
shit. in Shea, I would say you would be 10 times colder in there because the
It,
airplanes were passing damn near all game.
over you, and
All game long.
there was like one, most of the stadium, like a whole good section of the stadium, there was no blocking. It was just open.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
That's the
Yeah,
crazy part about it.
Shane O'Mac, look who's in the building. Shane. What up, my brother?
here comes the money. Here we go.
Money
Yeehaw.
talks.
Here
Money,
comes the
money, money,
money.
money, money.
Shane he's reminding us. He's like, "Hello, let's go, speed it up." Test time.
Sorry, Shane. I stole your brothers real quick, man. Listen, if y'all gotta go and do what y'all gotta do, go ahead and do what y'all gotta do.
We didn't even talk about this potential trade with the Knicks because
Oh yeah,
it's not
Yeah. Come
confirmed
on.
yet. It's not finalized.
it's not finalized yet. All right, so let's speed things the process up right now. We got this trade with the Knicks right here, man. The trade is that the New York Knicks had traded Julius Randle, basically Deventure and first round pick Dante, Julius Randle, Kayada Bites, and Dequan Jeffries, and a protected first round pick from Detroit for Carl Anthony Towns, who plays on Minnesota. How do y'all feel about this trade? Do you think it's an upgrade? Losing Julius Randle? Do you think Julius Randle was better? Do you think Cat is better? How do y'all feel about this, man?
Uh, I'm just saying though, isn't Dante part of the reason why y'all made it to where y'all made it last year? I mean, those clutch threes and stuff that he was making, is that not? I mean, I guess the Knicks, I guess your organization is looking at it like this, where you're losing a 3-point shooter in him, but you gain one in Cat because he likes to shoot threes and he's pretty good at it. And
Right.
then you gain size as well. But I mean, that it sounds like y'all gave up a lot for one person.
I didn't
But
want to
again, they're
give up
not done.
Dante.
They're still trying to figure out more things for this trade because I know that Minnesota is not going to just, outright just say, okay, you can have him. Because I'm trying to think, they had to give up like what 4 or 5 number 1 picks to acquire. Wait, no, wait. Am I getting him mixed up with Gobert?
Damn near like six. Seven, no, they
And
gave
he
like seven. Minnesota gave up like seven to Utah for Rudy.
right. So I'm just like I don't know. A lot of the Knicks fans that I've spoken to were not happy about this trade, and then to see, you know, what Cat put out there in the in Twitter, like with the dots, he doesn't seem like he's too happy about it either. And
I
it seems
mean,
like nobody probably even told him about it. It
it could
just
have been
came up
out
out
of
of nowhere.
nowhere. It probably came out of nowhere. A lot of NBA players found out they get trade out of nowhere. Some of them could be on a plane with the team, and the fucking plane lands, and all of a sudden they get traded.
Yeah. What's also crazy is though, I remember last season or at the end of this season, um, I believe it was rumored that Cat was, there were links to Cat in Brooklyn. So
Hmm.
I don't know. I really don't know. But on our Brooklyn chat, we were just like, we don't need to be trading nothing else and nobody else for any more players, especially as rentals, because I know his contract's coming up soon. So it's like, now we good because I think he only has 1 year left on his contract.
Cat, I think he
Nah,
has
Cat
three
got
years,
nah, Cat got 4 years.
4 years.
4 years
Four
left
Oh,
on his
four
contract.
years, 4 years, $220 million. He's making like 55.6 million a year.
jeez, that's a lot
Bro,
of money to
yeah.
be
Wow.
getting paid. God
Well, I
damn.
mean, I don't know what they're gonna do to. I mean, now they have no choice but to try to push this trade through because now everybody knows. because you can't go backwards with this one because you're going to have a lot of hurt feelings and bad vibes in both cities.
In both cities.
Yeah, because I'm
Triple
pretty sure
J.
Julius Randle isn't too happy about it either. And Dante was like, "Yo, I helped y'all get Bridges over here, and now y'all shipping me off."
We'll talk
Nah,
a little
you
bit
know,
more about Dante
look,
later
you know
on.
what's the crazy part about it? When I seen that trade happen, I'll be honest. Your boy Jalen Brunson took $100 million pay cut.
Mm-hmm.
All for this, all of this just to go get Cat. That's now making twice as much money as you.
He probably didn't know. He probably thought it was for.
Oh,
He probably thought it was for Mikel. Give him
right,
his money because
right.
his contract
My
is up.
boy, re-sign all my boys, and now
So
look,
that's fucked up.
yeah. And at that, you trade away your best 3-point shooter and have nothing off the
Right.
bench. There's nothing off that bench.
For one person, that's what I'm saying. Like that shit's mad lopsided. It's so lopsided. It's heavy on what do you call it? Minnesota.
Right. And I
Like
look,
they getting a lot.
they look at what they gave us for Mikal, and then look at what they just did with Randle and Devo for Cat. If they was any smarter, they could have probably tried to finesse it a little bit different, as to where maybe they could have probably gave Brooklyn 3 or 4 picks instead of 6, and then probably use like 2 and Devo and probably someone else and try to keep Randle. But at the same time, we also got to look at, when was it, like a week or two ago, we seen that there was no Julius Randle jerseys at the Garden store. And Julius Randle did a little tweet or whatever above it, and it put, like, he hashtagged it like, "Where's mine?" type shit. So that was
Mm,
already a clear sign. It was already a clear sign. And I also knew that his extension was coming up. And if he didn't take the same pay cut as Brunson did, then we know that more than likely they was gonna ship his ass out. Because
So,
if he was to get one more All NBA team this year under the Knicks umbrella, he would have been due for like an extension of what, 250, 260.
which is
The
well
Knicks was
deserved in my opinion.
the Knicks wasn't paying that because they felt like, look, if we're not gonna give it to Julius, we might as well take it from Cat and have him for a shorter term, then give it to Randle next year and extend it for a longer year, another year, which would be up more money. So I see why they possibly did that way, and they know they got to re-sign Mikal in 2 years. So it's all about how, like, the way the CBA is playing out too. So
damn.
it's hard to see how the way the shit plays out.
If you're Randall though, like do you side eye um Brunson? Because he basically stole
Mm-hmm.
your spot. He stole
Nah,
Yeah.
everything.
I don't want to say he necessarily
Bruh,
stole his spot
bruh.
because
No,
Julius Randle had the opportunity to do that before Brunson got there.
and he
But
did.
again, he sure didn't show that when we went against Atlanta.
But see, you're holding back at the fact that
He got y'all there.
Alfred Payton was your point guard that season,
I mean,
and,
yeah,
and
that
Frank
too.
Ntilikina. Those were
Yeah.
bums.
Yeah. And like and
you,
and I mean, so I knew it
And
was gonna be a
and I
problem.
like
I knew it was gonna
and
be a
I like
problem.
Julius Randle.
I
Go
know
ahead,
I knew it was gonna
Mundo.
be a problem because of the fact that what Brunson did after Randall got hurt and was done.
mhm,
I
mhm,
was like, oh, this is not good. He done got
fact.
everybody talking about him, everybody talking about him being the MVP. Oh, he's better than what everybody thought he was. He had the city on fire. The whole NBA was like, what the fuck? He's basically averaging 30 or whatever like that. Like, oh man, I was like, yeah, this is an issue right here. And if the Knicks didn't get banged up so much at the end, where maybe they could have been in the finals, honestly. Maybe they could have, because I don't think Indiana would have beat them if the Knicks were completely healthy, or at least half healthy. Because Indiana didn't
Right.
do shit when they went up against Boston. They didn't do shit.
They got swept, right? Or they won one game.
They won one game. They
Oh
did
yeah, they won
absolutely
one
nothing.
game so they could win at home.
Yeah, Boston gave that up on purpose. But, bruh, matter of fact, no. Was it? No, because I know Boston did that in the finals against Dallas. But, I mean, regardless, though, I knew it was an issue once Brunson got loose and Randle was going and the Knicks were flourishing and they were doing really, really good. I was like, oh, boy,
Well,
that's not good for this guy.
he did his job, man. He did what he was supposed to do, man. He did what he was supposed to do. And
Scoring
then they were
30, 40
and
almost
they
every night.
and then they acquired OG later on.
Yeah.
That
But that
definitely
was
helped
short
us
lived.
too.
It was short lived, but it was,
I mean, he helped.
it
Being
just
the fact
showed
that
that
Matt
Randle was
Mitchell Robinson
replaceable.
was fucking out most of the whole damn season.
You know what's the crazy part? I think with OG, I think you overpaid him.
Mm-hmm.
This the guy doesn't even average 60 games a season.
He doesn't.
Never had. Never
They
has.
definitely overpaid him.
Oh
But I
He
understand.
didn't even he didn't even finish this season off with you guys healthy.
no,
But I
no. He
understand why they did it because I guess they want him to walk. Because if he walks, who do they try to acquire if he
they keep
walks?
Rand. They would have kept Randall and more than likely swung a deal for Cat in a different way.
But
I
we
thought
still need a three though. We will still need a three because at the end of the day, Robinson we cannot depend on. They can't depend on him
but
regardless.
but when you look at this roster that you have now, you gotta that's the first thing you gotta think about now is the health of all your highest paid players. Because
Mm-hmm. Well,
we know Cat doesn't play 65. We know OG doesn't play 60. You know Hart, Brunson, they gotta give you 70 plus.
but now you got to think about it with this. You got again Thibodeau, who does not give
Mm-hmm.
these guys breaks, and
You
he's
see,
not the type of coach that will tell a player, you know what, take a seat real quick, get some breath. He'll be like, no, you good? All right, get back out there. That's why a lot of
mm-hmm.
people were questioning whether Bridges' streak is going to continue while he's on the Knicks because he might get hurt because of the fact that they won't rein him in and be like, "No, you good, you're good." So we'll see. That coaching style is definitely part of something that you got to take notice to and be aware of.
And the
So
thing is, you know what I look at too. I look at this as a 2 year window out of the four that you have all these guys for. I don't think it goes past that. Someone's gonna be upset, mad, and I would say at best is two, maybe three. I'm not gonna say all 4 years because we know like also the longevity of the little man in the NBA. Like when we had like a Isaiah Thomas, gave us a good 3 years where he was probably balling out, getting his 20s, and then he got ran down basically. So I'm hoping with the way Tibbs is, I hope Tibbs doesn't do the same thing to the entire starting five
I
because
sure
they're all
don't want him to do
capable
it
of playing.
either.
They're all capable of playing like 38 minutes plus each guy. We seen Hart. Hart was damn near playing. He played 48 minutes, like what, 3 straight games?
Then he got hurt.
Yeah, which
He
should have
played.
happened.
He had no rest in one of those games.
Yeah, he
Right.
had that with a abdominal injury, and he was hurt. He
Nah.
wasn't the same. There's no way if you got an abdominal injury like that. There's no way that you're gonna be rebounding the way that he does. And this is not like
He
they
was
call
killing on
plays
the
for him.
board.
Yeah,
He
but
was
then he
Yo,
got
he was
hurt, and it was
killing.
it was like because I
I
used to make
just
a
want
lot of
to.
money off of him.
I just want to say the system where he plays for right now does fit him because other teams who he was playing for, he wasn't getting looked at as he's getting looked at now. So
I don't think he'll ever like complain on this team because again, it's not like they call plays for him often, or
he did a lot of
he
clutch
just finds
moves
the
too.
ball. He just finds the ball. He's always there. I mean, like I said, I've made a
Offensive
lot of money off
rebound.
of him. A lot of money
Hmm.
off of him with his rebounding and getting that second chance, third chance for the Knicks. So, hmm
So who would you rather have, Mundo? Are you going with Cat or are you going with Julius Randle?
well, the odd thing is, Cat's coming off of one of the worst displays of big manism in the playoffs ever. He got exposed in that last series. He wasn't playing absolutely no defense, nothing, to the point where he was getting yelled at by Anthony Edwards. Like, yo, what are you doing? Like, he was getting clowned out there. So, and that that's rough. And I mean, then on the other hand, Randall, he can be a ball hog, and he's crazy as fuck. Like, he can be toxic to the environment and the team. I'll never forget when we saw him on the sidelines about to fucking beat up one of the coaches. He's a
Mm-mm-mm.
loose cannon. So I don't know, man.
He doesn't
I'm
make
happy
smart
that's not the
decisions with
team.
the basketball sometimes. When he try to
Yeah,
make decision, he takes too long.
yeah,
He will make bad decisions.
right.
He averaged a lot of turnovers too.
When the ball was in his hands too much. And I think that's the thing. It wasn't working too swell. It was working good enough, but it wasn't working great between him and Brunson. But if I had to pick, I mean, if I was the Knicks, I mean, well, now, like I said, they can't go back now. But if this was laid out to me and it wasn't in the public yet, I probably would have stayed with Randall just to see what it all would look like at least one time around. You know, not try to completely have a new team going into the season this late in the season. I mean, the season's getting ready to start soon. It's not that much time. And then, like Jay said, you're giving up your best 3-point shooter. Like, that dude bailed y'all out so many times with 5, 6, 7 threes in the game. And I don't know, man. Good luck.
Triple J.
I'm gonna be honest and say I feel you should have kept what you had. You keep it easily because, bro, this is what maybe the second time in Julius's career that he got hurt. But before anything, he was two-time All NBA, three-time All Star, at 20 and 10 guy every night. You didn't have to worry about him wanting to even take that shot. He was gonna take a shot regardless. With Cat, you're gonna be like, like me and Rick was talking about before. We was like, look, we gotta worry about Cat getting 20 and 10. But Randall, you didn't have to worry about him getting 20 and 10 every night. He was doing it. And if anything, he got 4 assists, 5 assists out of it, even if he had a bad game. So, and also with Devo just averaged 15 points a game. He won a championship with the Bucks. He learned a thing or two when he was on the Warriors as well. So he's the guy that wants to win, and he just had a career year. I don't think there was no way in hell he wanted to be a part of this buddy buddy system because Mikal came, and I got to sit back and watch him take my shine. Meanwhile, I just broke the Knicks record for most threes in a season. Mm, it's a lot. It's a lot, and I'm not mad at him. And I hope he shines out there in Minnesota.
I can see how both of you guys feel. I'm just gonna weigh out the options. in my opinion, with this one. For me, I'm picking Cat. One of the reasons why I'm picking Cat is the fact that he stretches the floor a lot better than Julius Randle. He's a better pick and roll player than Julius Randle. Um, More height does help us now because our center and Mitchell Robinson is out right now. So him being able to be 7 feet tall and be able to shoot the ball helps a lot. I've said the pick and roll. He's a better shooter than Julius Randle, and I think he just fits the team system right now. As have we got Julius, Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, OG, just the pick and roll pop. It helps a lot. And right now we do got a lot of size on our team. That's going to help us right now. But yeah, I'm going with Karl Anthony Towns, man. I just think overall he's a better shooter, all around player. Now with Julius Randle, um, one thing that Julius Randle brings that Cat doesn't have is toughness. And to play in New York, you need that toughness. So I need Karl Anthony Towns to get a little bit more tough playing here because the Garden is a tough place to play. They do not play that out there, and they're very rowdy out there. They'll let you know in a heartbeat. So Cat got to get some toughness. Um, I'm worried about a little bit defensive wise because again, Julius Randle is an intimidating factor playing with the Knicks. We're gonna need somebody like Julius Randle size when it comes to guarding Giannis in the paint or Joel Embiid because them guys is tough. But then again, Julius Randle is also a little smaller than Cat, so yes, I could see again why they picked Cat, but Julius Randle just has the toughness. I'm gonna read y'all these stats head to head between Karl Anthony Towns and Julius Randle. So head to head, regular season, Karl Anthony Towns is 13 and 8. Meanwhile, Julius Randle is 18 and no, he's 8 and 13. Games overall stats 573 for Karl Anthony Towns. Julius Randle has played more games. He has 641. Points overall, Karl Anthony averages 22.9. Julius Randle 19.1. Total rebounds, Karl Anthony Towns averaged 10.8. Julius Randle averaged 9.4. Assists, Karl Anthony Towns averaged 3.2 assists a game. Julius Randle 3.7. Steals 0.8 for Karl Anthony, 0.7 for Julius Randle. Blocks 1.3 for Karl Anthony Towns, 0.4 for Julius Randle. Field goal percentage is 524% in field goals. Karl Anthony, Julius Randle is 470. 3-point percentage for Karl Anthony is 398. Julius Randle is 333. Karl Anthony is a better free throw shooter than Julius Randle, averaging 839%. Meanwhile, Julius Randle averaged 748%. And that's the overall stats from Karl Anthony Towns and Julius Randle. So it looked like from the stats that Karl Anthony is a better player than Julius Randle.
Hmm. So what happens if he gets hurt? Who's the backup? Because if you don't have
Well,
Mitchell Robinson there, and you guys let Hartenstein go, right?
he left.
So who do you have after that?
No one really. I mean, that's
And from
what can we do?
what I saw, there's no timetable. There's no timetable for Mitchell Robinson to return yet.
That's why I said most likely it'll be January.
Them Brooklyn picks are gonna look sweet in a couple of years.
Most likely it will be January.
Hopefully, because if there's no timetable, January is not that far away. If they're starting, damn near what, at the end of October, right?
Right. We still
They got
got OG.
you got
Is
Precious.
he?
We got
Is he full?
Precious. We got OG, and we got
Y'all be really small.
Right. We want to be very very small, very very
And
So
small.
and I'm trying to figure out what exactly will be Bridges' role because now
Jericho
he's coming off of
Simmons.
a season and a half or a season and a third of being the number one option to back to being what he was in Phoenix, if that much. I mean, he would be what, the third option now?
Well, he wasn't even starting in Phoenix. I think he was.
No,
I
he
think
was
no,
he
a
he
was
was
starter.
coming off
starting.
the bench.
He was
He was a
starting.
starter. He was a
He
starter.
was a starter.
He was just their like third or fourth option.
Well, I think with him and Jalen Brunson, I think it wouldn't matter to them because again, they played together in college. So I don't think they care who was the first or second option.
No,
As
I'm
long
not.
as
I'm just saying like it's an adjustment now because you had the mindset coming into Brooklyn. You were third or fourth option.
he was the
Then
number
for a
one
whole
option.
season, and then no, he wasn't a number one option in Phoenix. I'm saying he came into Brooklyn as a third or fourth option.
Right.
Then they try to tell him like, all right, you're the number one option now, and now you're going back to that point where it's like you're now the third or fourth option again. It's like that's that's an adjustment because it was an adjustment seeing him try to adjust to be a number one option. And at times it did not look good. I don't know if a lot of Knick fans watched Bridges that last season and coming into this, the season before coming while he came to Brooklyn, it was not always good looking. It was pretty ugly most of the time. I, I'm not lying to you. I was pretty pissed off with him. Like, bro, can't finish at the rim for nothing. I was like, you can't, like, out of all things, you can't finish at the rim. Jay, am I lying? One thing me and Kafer was always upset about in that chat. He was like, this nigga can't finish at the rim. Like, why can't you finish at the rim? Lay up, lay in, like nothing. Euro steps, everything. I'm just like, bro, come on now. Then he went from a good free throw player to a suspect free throw player, costing us games, missing free. I'm like, yo, what the hell is happening with this dude? And he's playing in Brooklyn, and it's basically a rebuild. So you can't if you're telling me that it's pressure, and then to turn around and go to Manhattan and play where the lights are even brighter.
Lights
Huh.
is too bright.
I'm just saying, like, yeah, you guys are harping on this whole college thing. This is the pros now, and I don't know. I don't know what type of player you guys are going to get from him, honest to God, because to me, he kind of regressed a little bit in Brooklyn, even though he got a bigger role. It was just plain and simple to us that he wasn't the number one option at all.
Well, maybe that's why he needs to be the second option now because when he was in Brooklyn as the number one option, it worked, but it didn't really work. Like you just said, he was missing free throws. He was missing. He wasn't able to finish at the rim. So maybe him being a second option might work for him, especially
Maybe
with
I don't
somebody
know.
he's close with as well.
He had his twin with him,
Who his twin?
Cam.
Cam Johnson.
Kim?
Yeah,
Cam Johnson, that was from Phoenix?
yeah, his
Yeah,
twin,
Nah.
his best friend.
yeah.
Yes,
He
yeah.
made he made sure Cam Johnson got that deal.
Mm-hmm.
That 4 years 100.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Shit.
Literally, when he came over, he said the only person he knew was Kim, and they, because they both got traded at the middle of the night, and they came over here, and they were leaning on each other like, all I know is you. You make me feel, safe. Like that's all I know. So yeah, I mean, we'll see. And best of luck to you guys with Bridges. Uh, it's still a fuck you because you got traded to the team across the water. So I don't respect that. When was
Right
the
over
last
the bridge.
when was the last time we saw the Knicks and Nets have a fucking trade? They're in the same division. Like who does that? That's like the fucking Jets trading somebody to either the Buffalo Bills or fucking New England Patriots or the Miami Dolphins. Like, why would we do that?
That's like trading. That's like trading fucking Aaron Rodgers to the Giants.
No,
Don't even
no,
get me
no,
started with him.
no. It's not. It's not because we don't see the Giants often. It was if it was us sending Aaron Rodgers to fucking Buffalo, who's in our division that we play twice a year. Like, yeah, it's like, all right, come on now. Why would we do some dumb shit like that?
I'll take their quarterback right now if I could.
Who, Josh Allen?
Yeah, I'll take Josh Allen right now over
Nah,
Aaron
I don't.
Rodgers.
I don't put today on Aaron Rodgers solely. The whole offense as a Brees Hall couldn't do shit. He wasn't doing nothing. And
Our
our
offense
for
is
some reason
ass
our
right now.
O
I
our
didn't.
our
I missed the
our
game today.
I watched that shit. Our OC saw that Brees was getting negative yardage, but then the moment that he decides to put Braylon Allen in, this nigga's bum rushing through everybody and getting positive yards. And even the
And it's
announcers were saying like they were like, "Why we haven't seen Allen all first quarter yet? Brees is struggling
Mm.
it looked like they was feeling sorry for Brees, giving him
for
all these
what?
chances, giving him all them chances.
Fuck that. Like, we're trying to win a game. Fuck feeling sorry for people like that.
They
There's
didn't.
no emotion in
They
this shit. We
they
got to
should have
get
kept
this
that.
W.
They should have kept
Exactly.
Allen in.
We've been getting talked about this whole season like we're going to win the Super Bowl, man. And look at
Not
us right now.
it's again to me. It's the offensive coordinator. He got to go because his shit is trash. And we literally wasted two two quarters trying to run the ball, and it wasn't working. And
And
then
they said during the game that the coach of of what, damn, who y'all play, Denver, right? Yeah.
Sean
The,
Payton,
Sean Payton ain't want y'all OC there because he
he trashed him.
they
Remember, he
didn't they,
trashed
didn't
him.
they didn't yeah, they didn't score in Denver. They had
He
no offense
trashed
in
him.
Denver.
Yeah, he trashed him when he got. Remember this was supposed to be this dude's game to shut Peyton up
Right.
because he trashed him last season and called him a disgrace basically of a coach because Denver wasn't. They were trash with Russell Wilson.
The
Then I'm
lowest
like,
scoring, they
well,
were the lowest scoring team in the league.
today, today, Lamont, the Jets looked like the Jets of last year with Zach Wilson.
Right.
It
Just with
was a
a
whole bunch of
just
negative
just with a
yardage.
healthy Aaron Rodgers. That's all we got right now. That's
But
what it's looking like.
I'll give him a pass because it was pouring out there too. So the ball was slipping out of his hand when he was trying to throw it. And he was under a lot of pressure because our offensive line wasn't doing shit today, right, Jay? Because this man was
I kept on
running.
saying that shit too.
I
The
I
O
was
line
like, yo,
was playing like trash.
I
That's
kid
all
you
I've been
not,
talking about is our
Lawan,
offensive line needs to step up.
Because
Lawan,
Denver's
he
D
was
line
running.
they were fast.
He was running for his life. And it's crazy because he's 40 years old, but he to me, the amount of sacks that they got today, it would have been 10 times more if we had Wilson back there because he would have just took sacks. Whereas Aaron was trying to at least run out of bounds or throw the ball out of bounds. And then he made a few good plays on the run. But I mean, my God, it was ugly.
See what Sam
Ugly.
Donald's doing in Minnesota right now?
I don't
That's
give a shit.
bananas.
He's not on the Jets, so I don't give a fuck. I don't care. What does that
Should
do
have
for me?
developed him, man. Should have been more patient.
It don't make a difference if you got trash coaching. It don't matter. It
Right.
doesn't matter. He's in a good system. He's in a good organization. We have an organization and coaching staff that comes up with excuses to why we look bad in the game, but we look so good in practice. Like what? That don't make sense. You practice, you play the way you practice.
I don't know what's going on with the Jets, man. Drama free, man. We got to get it together. Any last words, Triple J and Mundo, on this Knicks thing or any other sports stuff you want to mention before y'all sign out?
Hmm. Hmm. Well, y'all watching that game right now? That Baltimore
No,
Buffalo game?
I'm not
Hmm.
watching no game right now.
Nope.
Baltimore,
Impractical Jokers is on my screen.
Baltimore's up 21-10 on Buffalo.
So Buffalo might be getting. What quarter is it?
This is midway through the third quarter.
Hmm. Okay.
Oh, fumble! Baltimore just recovered the fumble. Oh,
Uh-oh.
they just try to
Buffalo
let
might Buffalo might be getting their first loss.
they just tried the lateral and have the receiver toss it, and then the receiver looked like his arm got ripped off almost. Goddamn, like 2 and 3 Buffalo guys on the floor.
Before we hang it up, I just want to shout out Shane O'Mac for being here. What's up, Shane? And the queen of the Three Bells podcast, Sylvie. What's up, sis? Good to see you. I'm gonna play this message before we go for Miss Cheesecake. Sorry, I'm playing it late.
Hey, hey, it's your girl, Miss Cheesecake, coming through clapping, tapping, showing love. Everybody in the chat, make sure y'all follow and share. Knicks trade Randle for Cat. News, trades, rumors. D Rose retires. What's going on? I am Mundo Triple J. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the room.
That's one thing. That's the only thing I missed, sort of, kind of, about stereo is being able to hear certain people. Not everybody, but yeah. Shout out to
Missed
you,
that
Miss
about
Cheesecake.
stereo too. Miss
Long time,
Cheesecake.
long time no hear.
Anything else, Mundo? Triple J just said a couple of things. Mundo.
Oh, it's let's go Mets. Fuck the rest. Let's go Jets. Let's turn this shit around, man. No excuses. Just man the fuck up, Mets. Get it together, Jets. Y'all, I don't know what the hell. We got to play the Vikings next week. So I don't know if are we at the Vikings or they're at New Jersey?
I'm gonna look at the schedule right now. Google. What is the Jets schedule? Google. Thank you.
Yeah.
We we're
Go
I
ahead.
think no, we're at the Vikings.
So we have to go to Minnesota. That's even better
Mm-hmm.
on the road. Shit. All right. Well, we're 1-1 on the road. So let's just get this. We got to get this W next week. We got to fix the run game. I don't know what the hell's going on. Garrett Wilson, he fumbled the ball. I was so pissed off. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Like, you're not. It's a fucking rainy game. Why are you not protecting the ball? Like, what are you doing? You're doing too much right now. And he's not showing that he can be a number one option. I don't know. Is he really a number one option, or was the team just that bad?
It's like everybody's saying it's still early in the season,
Yeah,
but
I'm not saying get rid of him. I'm just saying, like, I'm questioning because he could not break away for nothing today. And I get it again. I do give Mother Nature a lot of the problem of the hate for today. Um, and then we got to also shout out the net of the Jets kicker who missed that game-winning field goal
oh
today
man,
as well. I was just like, are you kidding me? We just watched the other team miss the field goal just so we can get good field position. We got past, the
the
the the
line of
furthest
scrimmage.
part. Yeah, no, we got past the point where it would be a long field goal. This was basically your typical field goal, and he killed the whole the arena, the whole building, everybody. It was just like, oh, come on. So yeah, other than that, I'm good.
Let me hear what Shane O'Mac got to say.
So yeah, basketball today we got to trade. See, this is how y'all sound. That's why I'm sitting down and shutting my mouth and listening to you guys. Shout out to you guys speaking French. Shout out to you, Luan, Mundo, Triple J, Sylvie, I see you, and shout out to that sexy voice, Cheesecake. Gotta love cheesecake. I'm here. I'm just here sitting, doing some R.I.P. Rest in peace posters. You remember the actors John Ashton? He's the guy from Beverly Hills Cop, the older guy. He passed away. And
Oh wow.
Christopherson. He was the guy from Blade. He passed away. So I'm doing posts for them. So shout out to you guys. I am listening.
Oh wow. Damn, didn't that movie just come back out again, Beverly Hills Cop? Wow. Who would have
Yeah, it's
thought?
on Netflix. It's a Netflix special.
All right, Shane. We're on our way, Shane. Just let us know where we going, Shane. Are we going to the old studio, the new studio? I know we got to do our test run. Triple J, get your shit together, bro. Please.
Yo, guys, you
I
can
don't,
check these guys out on Monday tomorrow after Monday Night Raw, 11:30. Tomorrow is the final 3 hours of Monday Night Raw, so at 11:30 Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Three Bells podcast with my bros, Triple J, Shane O'Mac, and Mr. CEO, Mundo. You can also catch them on Tuesday after NXT with Triple J hosting, Mundo and Shane O'Mac. Friday Night SmackDown with the CEO, Mr. CEO, the host, Mundo, Triple J, and Shane O'Mac. And this Saturday, is it this Saturday?
yes, it is.
This Saturday, we have a PLE today. We got Bad Blood on Saturday. So I
A
believe that
PLE
is
today?
starting. No, that's
A
why I
PLE
corrected myself. I
tomorrow?
corrected myself.
uh,
I
shit,
definitely
shit.
corrected myself.
I'm sorry. I
It's
had
all right. That's all right. I can still corrected myself before I can say it again. Thank you,
to.
Triple J. Thank
But
you.
yes, all that can be caught and seen at on YouTube Live for Monday, Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. Again, tomorrow will be hosted by me, your boy Mundo, aka the CEO, aka all that other stuff. Tuesday will be hosted by Triple J. Friday hosted by me and our special guest, the Prince of Friday Night SmackDown, LeBron. You forgot to mention yourself on that one, bro.
That's you damn right. And don't forget Thursday. We'll be back on stereo for some predictions for the Bad Blood, featuring myself, Sylvie, and the Three Bells podcast. So you don't want to miss that either.
Yes, sir.
Good night. Everybody stay safe. And that's the bottom line because Tri-State Media says so.
And I'm out of here.
Yeet.